An aura built from instincts that were once useful for survival, but which today are the greatest burden in your life. An aura that has learned to hide, to avoid discomfort, to negotiate with its own greatness. An aura that was never shaped to thrive, only to exist. And Napoleon Hill would say, that version of you lives for the wrong cause. He operates out of fear, not burning desire. And this is the energy truth that few have the courage to face. If this version continues to exist, it kills what you could become. It kills your magnetism. It kills your frequency. It kills your ability to attract wealth. She kills its aura of success. Because your aura doesn't shine while you're protecting what should be buried. It doesn't expand as long as you anchor your vibration in old beliefs. And it won't thrive as long as you remain loyal to your lower self. You are not at war with the world. You are at war with the energy field that you yourself allowed to grow within you. A silent war, but a brutal one. And if you don't kill this version, it kills your future. Tragedy is not failure. It is the refusal to evolve. The biggest mistake a man can make is not falling. It's not a failure. It's not a mistake. This is all part of the vibrational expansion process. The real tragedy, as Hill always taught, it's accepting less than you were born to be. It's about settling for being almost who you should be. It's like walking through life protected by a weak, unstable aura, without direction, without presence. The tragedy is carrying an energy field that doesn't match your potential. The tragedy is living with an aura that tolerates mediocrity, while your soul yearns for the exceptional. There's no point in being mediocre. There's no fire in almost. There is no magnetism in the comfort zone. Hill said that the human mind has only one duty: expand, and its aura as well. The question is, are you expanding, or is it surviving? Because the aura that survives will never be the aura that thrives. Growth is not luck. It's vibrational law plus intentional discipline. Growth does not come from motivation. Motivation is weak. It's unstable. It evaporates with the wind. Growth is vibration. Growth is a choice. Growth is discipline. Growth is how you treat your energy when no one is watching. Hill said, discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. At Aura of Success we say, discipline is the force that expands your aura until the universe can no longer ignore you. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when you are challenged. You grow when life tests your energy field. You grow when you force yourself to raise your frequency. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to your vibrations. You need to overcome who you used to be. This is the fundamental rule of any true transformation. You can't take the old version of yourself into the future you want. It cannot. The old you was shaped by past needs, due to old insecurities, based on ancient beliefs, for habits that kept you alive, but they never let you prosper. And Napoleon Hill was clear. The mind that brought you here is not the mind that will take you further. In the vibrational field, this means your old aura is incompatible with your new dreams. You need to increase your frequency. You need to raise your vibration. You need to break free from the impulses that keep you small. Because if you try to take the old you with you, he drags his results back into mediocrity. It destroys your energy. He sucks your light. He weighs on her aura until it fades away. If you want a better life, you have to become a better person. And this process is violent. That's not kind. It's not gentle. It's not affectionate. It's a spiritual battle. A vibrational purification. A war between who you are and who you were born to be. The transformation process is painful. But it is sacred pain. This is the part that almost nobody understands. The pain you feel when you decide to grow up. It's not punishment, it's confirmation. It's the sound of your energy field expanding. It's the sound of your limitations breaking down. It's the vibrational echo of the old self becoming extinct. And your soul knows it. You old man, you yell. The new thing you observe. and its aura, his aura begins to burn. Do not fear this pain. This pain is a gateway. It is the ritual of the death of the old self. It's the energetic baptism of the new you. Hill said that every man needs to die symbolically in order to be reborn for his purpose. Old man, you're not going to leave quietly. He's going to ask for another day, one more chance, another detour. Ignore. Pain is the harbinger of your ascension. The new you dominates the mornings. The old you survives the days. Old man, you wake up late, confused, pointless, no presence, no vibration. He is driven by impulse, not intention. He lives on autopilot, but the new you dominates the mornings. He understands that the morning is the altar where his aura is shaped. This is where you decide your frequency. This is where you choose your vibe. This is where you define your destiny. Hill said, "The day belongs to the man who conquers it before it begins." And in Aura of Success we affirm, your morning is the first manifestation of your spiritual power. A strong aura is born at dawn. Discipline is born in silence. Prosperity is born from intention. The old you escape through distractions. The new you pursue discipline. The old man you drown in notifications, mental addictions, doubts, procrastination, empty content, impulses. He uses distraction as an energy crutch, as a vibrational leak. But the new you has an obsession with discipline. No strict discipline, energy discipline, vibrational discipline, emotional discipline. He knows that every action shapes his aura. Every choice either raises or destroys your frequency. Each habit either strengthens or weakens your energy field. Hill said that the most powerful men are those who master their own minds. In Aura of Success we say, tame your impulses and you will master your aura. You'll never reach your potential by dragging along the corpse of your old identity. This sentence is a portal. If you continue loading your old habits, your old thoughts, your old patterns, your old excuses, you'll never rise. It will never expand. It will never prosper. The old aura is too heavy. It's too low. It's too slow. And Napoleon Hill taught something brutal. You can't hold on to the beliefs that brought you this far if you want to advance to the next level. In Aura of Success we say, you don't elevate your aura by maintaining the identity that weakened it. A weak aura must die. It has to be buried. It needs to be taken apart. It needs to be purged. And this doesn't happen just once. It happens every day. The funeral of the old you and the rebirth of your aura of success. You need to understand the truth that Napoleon Hill repeated throughout his life. Man only prospers when he declares war against his inferior self. And this war begins with the funeral of the old you, from the old vibe, from the weak aura, from the habits that kept you small. Because that old identity, the one that postpones, hesitates, hides, the one who knows what she needs to do but does the opposite, the one who lives on elegant excuses, that which negates its own greatness. This version, it can't go with you into the future. She wasn't made for wealth. It wasn't designed for expansion. She wasn't made for prosperity. She wasn't made to carry the energy of success. And this is where many people go wrong. Almost everyone wants a better life, a better mind, a better destination, a stronger aura, a higher vibration, more opportunities. But almost no one wants to give up the identity that created the life they want to leave behind. Napoleon Hill said, "No one builds a palace on the old foundation of a hut." So listen, you need to break down the old foundation. You need to demolish the foundation of the beliefs that have kept you trapped. You need to dismantle the mental framework that taught you to survive, but not to thrive. Because your aura, your vibrational field, it is shaped by what you repeat. And everything you've repeated up until now has created exactly the life you have. If you want a new life, you need a new aura. If you want a new aura, you need new habits. If you want new habits, you need new thoughts. If you want new ideas, you need a new identity. And if you want a new identity, You need to kill the old one. The old aura is shaped by fear. The new one is shaped by burning desire. Napoleon Hill was clear. Fear is the killer of human potential. And fear not only paralyzes, it contaminates the aura. He lowers his frequency. He closes doors. He steals opportunities. It creates a scarcity vibe that attracts what you don't want. Your old self is a slave to fear, from rejection. Regarding the trial, discomfort, of failure, regarding change. But his new self operates on a different frequency, in the vibration of burning desire, of the purpose of clarity, from the focus of the discipline. The aura of prosperity does not arise from the absence of fear. It stems from the courage to move forward despite him. And courage, as Hill said, is action, not feeling. The transformation won't look like progress. It will look like loss. And that's the most painful part. Because when you bury the old you lose. Old pleasures, old routines, old escapes, old patterns, old relationships, old stories, old narratives, old justifications. And your emotional system will interpret that as a loss. But it's not a loss, it is purification. You're not missing anything. You are making room for the new. You are opening up vibrational space. You are releasing your aura from the weight it has carried for years. Hill said, to receive more, you need to become more. And to become more, it is necessary before stop being less. Your aura only expands when you do what you don't want to do. This is the truth that most people reject. You don't grow when you do what's easy. You grow when you do what is necessary. The old you, she wants comfort. He wants rest. He wants immediate pleasure, wants to avoid effort, wants to avoid pain. But the new you, the superior you, the version that carries the aura of success, this version looking for pressure. Because pressure is purification. Pressure shapes vibration. Pressure creates spiritual strength. Active pressure drives prosperity. And Napoleon Hill teaches this at the heart of his philosophy. Success is found in discipline and persistence, not in comfort. And in aura of success we translate it like this. The aura of wealth grows when you choose discipline over impulse. Every act of discipline is energy. Every energy is frequency. Every frequency is manifestation. Discipline is not about productivity. It's about vibration. It is the fuel that energizes the aura. It is fire that purifies the energy field. It is the daily ritual that tells the universe, I am ready, I am available. I am a channel of prosperity. I am the cause of my destiny. Discipline is spiritual. Discipline is vibrational. Discipline is magnetic. And that is why so many people desire prosperity but never achieve it. Because they want spiritual results while living at a low emotional frequency. Hill said, an undisciplined mind is incapable of holding onto a desire long enough to transform it into reality. Their aura functions in the same way. If you don't maintain your discipline, your vibration drops and your reality drops with it. The man you once were is not the man who will take you where you're going. Here is the most important point of this section. Everything you want, wealth, abundance, opportunities, connections, purpose, clarity, magnetism, it is vibrationally located on another level of identity. I.E. The old you doesn't have access to this reality. He cannot operate at that vibration level. He can't sustain that frequency. He can't hold on to this prosperity. Because prosperity requires heightened awareness, emotional discipline, mental clarity, spiritual focus, high standards, clean energy. And old man, you don't have any of that. You're not just changing habits, you are switching energy fields. You are migrating to a new frequency. It is being reborn in a new vibration. It's creating a new aura. And that aura, this new aura, it's the one that will take you to the next level. Building the new aura, identity, frequency, and vibrational alignment now that the old man is being kicked out. Now that the old aura is being dismantled. Now that the vibrational field that kept you stagnant has begun to crumble. Then comes the most important question of your transformation. Who is the new me that will take over the space that the old one left behind? Because nothing in the universe is empty. Every energy vacuum is filled. Every absence creates an invitation. And all destruction makes way for creation. Napoleon Hill called this identity replacement. In Aura of Success, we call it building the new aura. And this new aura doesn't stem from what you think. It is born from what you decide. What do you do? And what do you tolerate or refuse to tolerate? The new aura is not created. It is released. Pay attention to this. You don't build your aura from scratch. His true aura, its aura of power, its aura of abundance, its aura of clarity, its aura of prosperity. It's always been there. She was simply buried. Buried under inherited beliefs, repetitive thoughts, accumulated emotions, lazy habits, old patterns, low vibrations, stories you carried around out of fear. His true aura is like a flame that never went out, but it was covered in ashes. And everything we are doing on this journey, it is removing the ashes. Hill said, "Man already possesses everything he needs to become great. He only needs to remove what is holding him back." That's exactly it. Your aura doesn't need to be invented. She needs to be unlocked. Identity is the architecture of your aura. Every aura is born from an identity. People try to change habits, thoughts, actions, behaviors. But if the identity remains the same, the aura remains the same. Hill said, "You never overcome the image you have of yourself. If you still see yourself as someone who sabotages themselves, someone who gives up, someone who procrastinates, someone who is weak, someone who doesn't deserve it, someone who is not enough, your aura will continue to reflect that. Because your aura is the vibrational projection of the identity you assume. So I'm going to tell you the truth that few have the courage to say. Your life won't change until you change. Your true self doesn't change until your identity changes. Your identity doesn't change until your aura changes. And the opposite is also true. When your aura changes, everything changes. The new identity is forged like gold. Pressure plus heat plus intention. The new you doesn't appear on its own. It doesn't arise spontaneously. It's not a consequence of waiting. It's not a gift. It's not a gift. It's forged. And forged like gold it is. With heat, with fire, with pressure, with repetition, with discipline, with pain. Intentionally. A new identity is born from a question you need to ask yourself every day. Does this serve the man I am becoming? If the answer is no, then it dies instantly. This is what Hill called the power of decision. In Aura of Success, we call it absolute vibrational direction. Every action must pass through this filter. Serve? Raise? Does it expand? Purify? Does it strengthen? Does it resonate with the purpose? If not, this is not for you. The new identity needs to be protected like a treasure. Because your aura is only as strong as the identity you uphold. Frequency, the language of the aura, while identity is the core, frequency is the field. Its aura functions exactly like a radio station. She only receives what corresponds to what she gives out. If you issue doubt, fear, hesitation, blame, victimhood, you only attract what matches that vibration. But when its aura begins to emit clarity, focus, determination, decision, purpose, the universe responds. Napoleon Hill said that the human mind is both a transmitter and receiver of vibration. He called it the hidden secret, the one he only revealed indirectly at the end of the book. This secret is simple. You attract what you vibrate with. You manifest what you uphold. You expand upon what you repeat. Your aura is the channel. Its frequency is the message. Your life is the result. Vibrational alignment, the gateway to a new life. There comes a point in the journey when the conflict between the old self and the new self becomes so intense, so visible, so clear, so strong, that you physically feel the need to change. That's the point of friction. the pain point, the point of resistance. And it is precisely in this that vibrational alignment is born. When you say, "He arrives, it just is. This doesn't work for me anymore. I can't tolerate this version anymore. I recognize who I truly am. I am ready to embrace my aura. I choose my own evolution." This moment, this exact instant, this is when the new energy field is activated. Hill said that this symbolic decision is the point at which the subconscious mind changes frequency. In Aura of Success, we say, it's the moment when your aura awakens. From here on, your field changes, its vibration changes, their habits change, their decisions change, your relationships change, your presence changes, and her entire life begins to reorganize itself around her new aura. Get ready. What I'm about to teach you will deepen your soul's process towards discipline, inner struggle, and the protection of your new aura. Discipline as a spiritual ritual and the silent war of the aura. Now that the old you is getting weaker, now that its former aura is crumbling like dust, now that your identity is beginning to be reconfigured, what Napoleon Hill called emerges, the consistency test. And at Aura of Success, we call this ... the silent war. The war that nobody sees. The war that takes place in the dark. The war fought every day before the world wakes up. The war between the old impulse and the new standard. The war between low vibration and high vibration. The war between the weakened aura and the emerging aura. And this war has only one winner, the one who masters the discipline. Discipline is not control, it's frequency alignment. There's a common mistake that almost everyone makes. They believe that discipline is punishment, it's an obligation. It's rigidity. It's self-sacrifice. No, that's a narrow view, inherited from the old you. True discipline is energy tool. It is the ritual that protects your aura from collapsing. She is the bridge that connects your purpose to your behavior. She is the spiritual mechanism that transforms intention into reality. Napoleon Hill said, "Without discipline, desire dies." In Aura of Success, we translate it like this. Without discipline, the aura's frequency decreases until it fades away, because their aura is sensitive. It rises when you honor yourself. It falls apart when you betray yourself. With each choice, you reinforce a vibration, and each vibration reinforces a destiny. Discipline is the act of honoring your higher self. When you do what needs to be done, even without wanting to, even without power, even without motivation, that's not productivity. That is spirituality. Because at that moment, you are saying to the universe, I choose my own evolution. I choose my greatness. I choose my aura. I am worthy of the path I choose. It is the act of honoring oneself, something to be taken seriously. To treat yourself like someone who matters. To behave like someone destined for something greater. And Hill stated, self-discipline is the highest form of self-respect. Discipline is the vibrational proof that you are becoming someone who deserves prosperity. The old you survives on impulse. The new you lives on intention. Old age, you act when you feel like it. If you feel motivated, do it. If you feel tired, stop. If you feel afraid, back away. If you feel insecure, give up. It operates according to the body's rules. It operates through chemistry. He operates on raw emotion. But the new you, the one whose aura is expanding, it operates through intention. He acts this way because this is what needs to be done. It is what strengthens the aura. That's what aligns with the purpose. It is what unites mind, spirit, and energy field. Hill said, you must take control of your own mental engine before it takes control of you. In the Aura of Success, we say, you must master your vibration before it turns you into a prisoner. The hidden ritual of identity, vibrational repetition. Discipline is not about perfection. It's not about intensity. It's not about extremes. The subject is a butrapession. Every act of discipline is a brick. Each brick becomes a pattern. Each pattern becomes a vibration. Each vibration becomes an aura. Each aura becomes a reality. You don't change your life by doing something once. You change your life when you do something repeatedly until your aura adjusts to the new identity. Hill taught that the subconscious mind bends to repetition. Their aura functions the same way. The universe only believes in those who repeat what they say. The silent war, the energy field between I want and I do. The hardest part of the transformation isn't getting started. Getting started is easy. The initial impulse is seductive. Hope gives strength. Enthusiasm creates energy. It's not the beginning that separates ordinary men from rare men. It's what happens after. War begins when the enthusiasm fades. The body is complaining. The mind sabotages. Routine weighs on you. The ego demands comfort. Tiredness sets in. Doubt arises. Anxiety tries to take the place of clarity. At this moment, exactly at this moment, this is where your aura is tested. Hill said, champions are those who persevere when the excitement fades. In aura of success, we say, when no one is watching, your aura decides who you really are. And it's true. Its aura grows stronger in the dark. In solitude, in silence. In a repetition without witnesses. In victory without applause. In pain without an audience. Your aura is being shaped by what you do when you are tired. Tiredness is the gateway to transformation. It is the gateway between the old and the new. It's the energy filter. It's the vibrational test. When you're tired, the old you tries to take over. He wants you to back down. He wants you to go back to normal. He wants you to drop the lawsuit. But the new you who carry the aura of success, he gets up even when he's tired. He acts even without energy. He does what needs to be done, and that doing is what shapes the frequency. Hill said that persistence is the true sign of ardent desire. No aura of success. To persist is to sustain the vibration when the body wants to give up, because the aura doesn't strengthen when you're full of energy. It gets stronger when you keep doing it even after you've used up all your strength. Protecting the new aura is an act of spiritual self-love. Try self-love. When you protect your energy, your focus, your habits, your mind, your discipline, your routine, your vibration, you are protecting the aura that is being created within you. And to protect her, some things will have to die. Conversations that drain your energy. People who drain your energy. Habits that weaken your spirit. Thoughts that keep you small. Distractions that hijack your focus. Patterns that drag you down. Environments that don't match your new version. You need to be ruthless here. Hill said, environments shape destinies, and your aura is shaped by everything you consume. What do you watch? What you read? What you hear? Who do you follow? Who do you accept? Who do you allow? You need to become the guardian of your energy. Protector of your aura. Healer of your vibrational field. The demolition of excuses and the purification of vibrational patterns. We've now reached the part that almost no one faces. The part where you look directly at what's keeping you trapped. The old patterns, elegant excuses, the repeated narratives. The beliefs you hold as if they were truths. The vibrations you feed without realizing it. Napoleon Hill said something brutal. The excuse is the death of potential in disguise. And in aura of success, we say, every excuse weakens your aura. You can try to justify your actions. You can blame it on tiredness. You can blame the past. You can blame your emotions. You can blame the world. But his aura is non-negotiable. Its vibration is non-negotiable. Your destiny is not negotiable. Energy responds to what you do, not what you tell yourself. Excuses are the fuel of the old you. Every old pattern is supported by an excuse. And the excuses seem logical. That seems reasonable. That seems understandable. It almost seems spiritual. But all of that is vibrational falsehood. The excuse exists for a reason, to keep the aura weak and prevent its evolution. Because if you say, I'm too tired, not today, I'm not feeling inspired, I'm not 100%, I'll do it later, their aura interprets this as weakness. Not because you are weak, but that's because you repeated that pattern for too long. Hill said, "The mind will always justify what we repeat." And this is the vibrational truth. Every justification is a way of maintaining an old pattern. You don't improve the old version. You destroy it. Most people try to fix old habits. Try to improve your weaknesses. Try to refine your standards, but that doesn't work. Because you weren't created to walk alongside your old self. It was created for overcome it. Errors are not corrected. They are replaced. Hill said, "Don't try to improve your mediocrity. Let it die." In the aura of success we say, the old you was never designed to carry the aura of abundance. It was temporary. It was temporary. It was a phase. It was an internship. It's not destiny. You need to break free. It needs to be cut. It needs to burn. You need to step outside your old skin. You can't carry your old vibes into a new reality. Every vibrational pattern that you repeat becomes your reality. People believe that life changes with big decisions. But that's not how it works. Your life changes with small acts, repeated so many times that they become your dominant vibration. You don't need to change your entire life. You need to change your daily vibration. And this vibration is shaped by your micro decisions, your automatic thoughts, his behavior when he is alone. What do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you're tired? What you tolerate, what you keep repeating. Hill said that habits are the invisible engine that shapes all outcomes. In Aura of Success we say, habits are repeated vibrations that create stable energy fields. Your habits are like doorways. They define which aura you activate. They decide their own fate. The death of old patterns is strange, unsettling, almost painful, and it should be that way. Because when you start to give up, procrastination, addiction to distraction, emotional attachment to drama, the need for approval, the habit of running away, the search for comfort, self-abandonment, reactive behavior, his former identity panics. It's as if she were shouting, "Please come back. That's not you. You've always been like this. Why is it changing now?" Let's take it slow. You don't need to go that far, and that's exactly where you need to continue. Hill said, internal resistance is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. In Aura of Success, this translates to, when your aura starts to hurt, it's because it's expanding. The ancient vibration struggles to survive. That's natural. That's expected. It's part of the process. But you won't give in. Because you know where you're going. And you know who you're becoming. The new aura needs rituals. Not waiting doesn't change anything. Motivation doesn't change anything. Wishes don't change anything. Rituals change everything. Because rituals are sacred behaviors. These are patterns that program the subconscious mind. They are vibrational repetitions. They are nourishment for the aura. Your rituals need to be simple, consistent, intentional, diaries, non-negotiable, and they can be things like waking up at the same time, training even when tired, meditate even when distracted, revise goals even without enthusiasm, to act even when afraid, studying even when you don't feel like it, to keep moving even when everything calls for rest, working even without applause. Hill called it self-control. In Aura of Success, we call it ... vibrational ritualization. How to reprogram the energy field through intentional practice. Aura reprogramming happens when you repeat intentions more times than you repeat fear. The vibration only changes level when the intention becomes stronger than the doubt. And this only happens with repetition, constancy, presence, discipline, purpose. It's not a logical change, it's an energy shift. You don't change by thinking differently. You change by vibrating differently. You vibrate differently, acting differently. You act differently, dating differently. You decide differently, becoming different. And that's how the aura transforms, not out of desire, but for alignment, not out of motivation, but by default, not through dreams, but through practice. The rebirth of your aura. When presence changes before life changes, there is a moment in the process, a subtle, silent, almost invisible moment, where you feel that something inside has changed. You still don't know how to explain it. You still don't see the result. We don't have the evidence yet. It doesn't have the achievements yet. It doesn't have recognition yet. He doesn't yet have the money, the status, the ideal life. But inside you, something is different. Hill called it awakening of personal power. In aura of success, we call it birth of the new aura. That's when your vibration starts to dictate your choices. That's when your intention becomes stronger than habit. It's when your purpose speaks louder than your impulses. That's when your energy starts pulling you forward, while the old man desperately tries to pull you back. This is rebirth, the beginning of your new life. Your presence changes before your reality changes. Life doesn't change first. You change first. Their aura changes first. Your identity changes first. Its vibration changes first. Then, and only then, the outside world begins to organize itself according to its new frequency. Hill said, "The mind always precedes experience." And in aura of success we say, his aura always precedes his achievements. Before you see opportunities, right people, paths, open doors, prosperity, results, you can feel it, you realize, you know. Because when your aura awakens, you start acting like someone who has already won. And this change in presence alters everything. Your energy speaks for you before your mouth even opens. People notice. They feel it. They react, even if you haven't said anything. Even if you haven't changed anything visually. Even if you're still at the beginning of the journey, his aura precedes his appearance. She precedes his success. She precedes her words. She is the first thing the world sees. And when that aura changes, you are no longer an ordinary man. He is no longer an insecure man. He is no longer a scattered man. He is no longer a lost man. You become a man who carries purpose, clarity, presence, firmness, alignment. Hill said, "A man with purpose walks differently," and it's true. Your body changes. His posture changes. His voice changes. His gaze changes. His silence changes. Your decision changes. The people around can't explain it, but they know you're not the same anymore. The new aura pulls you towards elevation. The old man said you had to force yourself to act. I needed to motivate myself. I needed to try. I needed to fight against my own mind. But the new you don't need that. Because the new aura creates a gravitational force. She pulls you up. She pushes you forward. She insists when you try to back away. It protects you from falling into old patterns. That's exactly what Hill called emotional force of burning desire, and which we call an aura of success vibrational traction. The effort continues, of course. But now the effort has direction. He has a soul. It has meaning. He has power. The new you starts replacing the old one automatically. At first, change is difficult. It's painful. It's a conscious effort. It's an internal war. But then, with repetition, with the rituals, with discipline, with the intention, with the alignment, the new you starts acting on your own. You realize that. Avoids distractions without thinking. Choose discipline without conflict. It automatically rejects low power. It protects your focus like an instinct. Says no easily, does not compromise on its standards. There's no more self-sabotage. You can clearly see what's pulling you down. Eliminate whatever weakens your aura. He acts naturally in situations that previously seemed impossible. This is what Hill called subconscious self-control. In aura of success, we call this the aura taking the wheel. You become inevitable. That's the word. Because when your aura rises and their identity changes, and its presence grows stronger, and its vibration stabilizes, and its purpose aligns, and their discipline becomes natural, then you no longer depend on luck. or someone choosing you, or from outside help, or validation, or perfect circumstances. You become inevitable. Hill said, "The man who masters his mind becomes an irresistible magnet for opportunities." And this is the vibrational truth. Things start coming to you. Doors are beginning to open. The right people are starting to show up. Opportunities are starting to arise. The paths are beginning to align. Life begins to respond. Not because you're asking, but because it's vibrating. The walk becomes a statement. You're no longer trying to change. You are the change. You're not trying to win. You are victory in the making. You're not trying to manifest. You are the vibration that manifests. And that changes everything. Because before, you needed to convince your mind to act. Now your mind follows you. Before, you needed to find strength. Now your strength seeks you out. Before, you needed to try to stay strong. Now firmness is natural. You become a man in tune, a man in the right direction, a man on the rise, a man who carries an aura that cannot be ignored. The final confrontation, the death of the old identity and the energy-cutting ritual. There comes a time, there always comes, where, as an old man, you realize you're losing control. And when that happens, he fights. Fight with strength, fighting desperately. Fight with arguments, a struggle with emotions. Fighting with sabotage. Fight with distraction. Fighting with fatigue. Fighting with fear. Old man, you don't want to die. He wants to survive. He wants to stay alive inside you. He wants to remain in control of his aura. He wants to continue controlling his vibration. He wants to continue dictating your behavior, not because he is evil, but because he is the one you know. He is what you repeated. He is what you've believed for years. He is the standard that his subconscious considered safe. Napoleon Hill said, "The old mind will fight violently to avoid losing the dominance it has had for so many years." In Aura of Success, we translate it like this: the old energy field struggles to survive when it senses you are ascending. And that's exactly what's happening now. The last attempt of the old you, the negotiation, the old man won't attack you. He will negotiate. He will say, "Just today. You've already done a lot. It doesn't have to be so rigid. You're not ready yet. Let's take it slow. This is not sustainable. You're going too far. Don't demand so much of yourself. You can do that later. Nobody is watching. No one will know. You deserve to rest." These phrases are the last gasp of your old aura trying to stay alive. And here is the brutal truth. Every time you negotiate with your old vibe, you resurrect her. Every time you justify your laziness, you feed it. Every time you choose comfort, you reinforce the pattern that has kept you stagnant. Hill said, "Self-destruction begins with small concessions." And in Aura of Success we say, each concession lowers its frequency. This is the moment when you need to be ruthless. Here now, this is where almost everyone fails. Because the final showdown isn't pretty. It's not inspiring. It's not romantic. It's not comfortable. It's brutal. It's visceral. It's intense. It is violent, spiritually violent. Because you're not just changing habits. You are killing an entire identity, a whole vibe, an entire energy field. You are breaking the oldest and deepest pattern that exists within you. Hill said, "Evolution is not kind. It demands sacrifice." This is the battle, the real battle, a spiritual war. A vibrational war. The internal war that separates the man you used to be, of the man you are becoming. The energy-cutting ritual, and here's what you need to understand. The old version only dies when you stop feeding it. When you stop justifying it. When you stop protecting her. When you stop identifying with her. When you declare, "I'm not that person anymore. I no longer belong to that pattern. This no longer represents me. This no longer matches my aura. That's not part of my life. I choose the new. I declare death to my old self." This is the power cut. It's the exact moment when you stop being who you were. It's a vibrational rupture. It's the point of no return. Hill called this moment transmutation point. In Aura of Success, he is called ... ascension portal. And once you cross that portal, there's no going back. Because your aura changes, its vibration changes. Your identity changes, your body changes, your spirit changes. Your strength changes, its consistency changes, his posture changes, his presence changes. The old you tries to survive, but it can't breathe in the new vibrational environment you're creating. You need to betray the version that has already betrayed you for too long. Try. Betray. This word is strong, but it's necessary. You must betray the old you. You lazy bum. You're anxious. You are insecure. You who expect too much. The you that depends on motivation. You who are looking for shortcuts. The you who runs away. The you that is hiding. The you that diminishes itself. The you who doesn't trust yourself. You who doubt. You who procrastinate. The you who sabotages yourself. That you, the one you've been repeating for years. He betrayed you first. He betrayed his potential. He betrayed his own greatness. He betrayed his courage. He betrayed his own evolution. He betrayed his light. He betrayed his aura. And now it's your turn to betray him back, to abandon it, to let him die, to allow it to disappear. Not angrily, not with hatred, not with guilt, but with maturity, clearly, with awareness, with self-love. Hill said, the old version must die for the new one to be born. And the ritual is this: you should let him go. The final extinction. The old man, you won't leave in silence. He will beg to stay. He will try to make you feel guilty. He'll try to tell you that you're going too far. He will try to remind you of who you were. He's going to try to pull you back. He'll try to convince you that you're not this new man. But you already are. Because the new aura has already been born. She is already alive. She's already in surgery. She's already in charge. And old you, he cannot survive in the new energy standard. He's going to try, but it will fail. And when it fails, it dissolves. He dies. He disappears. It fades away. He loses his voice. It ceases to have influence. It loses control. And you can feel it. You feel the lightness. You can feel the silence. You feel freedom. It's the exact moment of transition. The new, you are summoned by sacrifice, not out of desire, not because of the motivation, not through inspiration, through sacrifice. It's the sacrifice of comfort, from impulse, out of laziness, from distraction, out of doubt, out of fear, from tomorrow, from afterwards, regarding not now. This is how the new aura appears, when you sacrifice everything that weakened you, everything that diminished you, everything that was holding you back, everything that was draining you. Hill said that extraordinary successes require extraordinary sacrifices. In the aura of success we say, your aura only attracts prosperity when you renounce your less evolved version. That's the truth. Transformation doesn't begin when you want to be better. It begins when you refuse to remain the same. The ascension, reconstructing a new identity and stabilizing an aura of success. Now that the old man is dead, now that the old aura has finally collapsed, now that the old standards have lost their power, now that excuses no longer make sense, now that your vibration has changed frequency, the sacred space emerges where the new you will be born. An empty space, clean, intense, brutal, silent, crucial. This is the land where a new life will be built, brick by brick. Napoleon Hill said, whatever a man is capable of clearly imagining, he is capable of becoming. This is the moment you imagine. What are you designing for? In what do you create? In which you decide the new version. How do you shape your future? In that you choose your aura. From here on, you are no longer in destruction. You are under construction. You are building a new identity, not perfecting the old one. This is the biggest mistake people make after the initial transformation. They try to improve the old version, but that is not the path of aura of success. You can't improve the old you replace him. You don't refine your old pattern, you abandon him. You're not polishing your old vibration, you bury her. Now you're going to build a completely new identity. An identity that act without hesitation, speak without fear, choose without guilt, work without excuses, focus without distraction, progresses without depending on motivation, moves with purpose, protects your energy, prioritizes your aura, honor your destiny, lives at the highest standard. This is the new structure. Hill called it conscious internal reconstruction. In aura of success, we call it ... absolute vibrational alignment. The time for powerful identity has arrived. You now need to embrace a version of yourself that vibrates at clarity, strength, presence, discipline, purpose, focus, order, consistency, firm, abundance, decision. This is the identity that will attract attention, opportunities, right relationships, financial prosperity, quick results, unexpected doors, spiritual alignment, mental clarity, self-generated self-esteem. Because everything you want is vibrationally located at a higher level of identity. Hill said, "You never achieve a result that your identity isn't capable of sustaining, i.e. your life only improves when your identity improves. Your identity only rises when your aura rises. Your aura only rises when you change your rituals. And your rituals only change when you change your decision. That's the cycle. The new aura is being born now, strong, clear, and unwavering, a aura antigua era. Unstable, confused, reactive, emotionally fragile, scattered, easily drained, filled with fear, full of guilt, addicted to justification. But the new aura, she is something else entirely. She is firm. It is dense. She is powerful. She's hot. She's magnetic. She is disciplined. She is impervious to chaos. She is impervious to negativity. She is protected by unwavering focus. She is thrilled with the decision. She vibrates with prosperity. She vibrates with abundance. She vibrates with clarity. It's an aura that doesn't try to manifest itself. She manifests. Not seeking opportunity, she attracts. Don't chase after success. She becomes the type of person that success pursues. Hill said, "The man who masters himself becomes the master of the universe around him." This is the energy that your aura is beginning to carry now. Stabilizing the new aura. Your life begins to adjust when your aura changes. The entire universe reorganizes itself to match its new vibration. This is inevitable. You realize that certain people naturally begin to distance themselves. Other suitable people start appearing out of nowhere. Opportunities arise unexpectedly. Thoughts become clearer. Decisions become easy. Limits become natural. Discipline ceases to be suffering. Motivation is no longer necessary. Your mind becomes clearer. Your energy gets stronger. Your intuition becomes clearer. Your focus becomes more precise. Your presence becomes more intense. None of this is a coincidence. Hill said, "When a man changes his mind, life changes to match him." And at Aura of Success, we know, when you change your aura, life has no choice but to follow. You're becoming the inevitable man. The inevitable man is the man who doesn't need luck. No approval is needed. No need for applause. You don't need motivation. No support is needed. No one needs to believe you. Because he believes, they execute. He repeats it. He sustains his vibration. He sets his standard. He honors his rituals. He doesn't negotiate with himself. He doesn't lower his frequency to fit into the world. He stays elevated until the world rises. This is the inevitable man. The man whose aura is so strong, so clear, so aligned, so stable, that success is a natural consequence. Hill said, "Persistence transforms the ordinary man into a supernatural force." And you are becoming that force. The new you are not coming. It is here, now. It's no longer just an idea. It's no longer a dream. It's no longer a projection. It's no longer a future. It's no longer a possibility. It is an identity, a presence, a vibration, an aura. You can already feel it. You already know. You've already noticed. You have already crossed the threshold. There's no going back to the old version. There is no more room for the vibration that kept you trapped. There's no longer a place for the man you used to be. What exists now is ascension. Its firmness, its power, its direction. It's clear, it's intentional. That's an order. It's presence. It's an aura of success. The final integration. Living in the vibration of abundance and becoming a magnet for success, now that the new you has been born, now that your aura has ascended, now that your vibration has stabilized, now that the old you has been buried, now that your identity has changed, begins the quietest, most spiritual, and most important stage of the entire journey, integration. Because being reborn isn't enough. It is necessary to remain reborn. It's not enough to change for just one day. The standard must be maintained. It's not enough to raise the aura. It needs to be kept clean, strong, and intentional. Hill said, "Success favors those who maintain a high standard for the longest time." And an aura of success, we say. The vibration you sustain is more important than the vibration you touch. Integration is the moment when the new you ceases to be an effort, and it becomes a state. A stance, a natural behavior, a fully embraced energy identity. You are no longer becoming, you already are. Initially, you needed to strength, discipline, courage, intention, focus, structure, self-control. But now these things no longer require strength. They flow, they happen naturally, they fit together. They are a part of you. Because you're no longer trying to change. You are living the life of who you have become. That's the hallmark of integration. Hill said, "Triumph doesn't happen when you achieve the result, but when you become the kind of person who naturally produces that result. This is the stage you are entering now." Your aura became your operating system. Previously, his aura was a fragile, unstable field, easily shaken. But now, she is your system. It's your foundation. It is its center. That's the truth. Your aura now governs your decisions, choose your priorities. Reject distractions, recognizes patterns, detects misaligned people, instantly cuts off low power. Naturally seek what strengthens you. It automatically avoids what weakens you. That's not effort. It's identity. It's vibration. It's frequency. It's standard. Hill said, "A trained mind responds automatically in the direction of victory." And her aura is now trained. You start attracting results without having to hunt for them. This is the most mystical, magnetic, and misunderstood aspect of the entire process. When your aura aligns, things start coming to you. And you realize this clearly when opportunities start appearing out of nowhere. People contact you for no apparent reason. Doors open naturally, invitations appear unexpectedly. Situations begin to fall into place. Obstacles disappear, paths are organized. Synchronicities become daily occurrences. Results happen with less effort. Life starts to pull you forward. This is no coincidence. This is not luck, that's vibration. Hill said, "When the mind is ready, opportunities arise." In the aura of success, we say, when your aura is elevated, the universe draws closer. You become magnetic, his presence changes. It becomes more solid, firmer, clearer, more intense, more focused, safer, clearer, more targeted. People sense it. They can't explain it. They can't name it. They can't understand. But they realize it. The change is vibrational. It's energetic. It's spiritual. It's subtle, but visible. Your aura speaks before your mouth. Your energy field arrives before your body. Its presence is felt before it is seen. Hill said, "A man with spiritual determination is felt before he is heard," and that's what you're becoming now. You start acting like someone who has already won. This is the point that completely differentiates the ordinary man from the inevitable man. You no longer act like someone trying to win. You act like someone who knows you will win. Their decisions change, his tone changes. His posture changes, your focus changes, your discipline changes. His behavior changes. You speak differently. He's acting differently. He breathes differently. He works differently. Think differently. Different age. Why? Because your identity is now vibrating with victory. Hill said, "A man who already sees himself as a winner becomes impossible to defeat." In the aura of success, we say, your aura carries certainty before it carries the outcome. Your new identity begins to protect your destiny. Now you realize that. Does not tolerate low energy. Don't negotiate with yourself. Does not accept internal excuses. Don't waste time with weak vibrations. Does not allow the return of old habits. Don't let anyone drag you back to the past. Don't share your energy with those who don't deserve it. Do not engage in conversations that drain your energy. It cannot be explained to those who have never tried to evolve. Don't lower your standards to fit in. Why? Because you know that all of this affects your vibration. And your positive energy is now the top priority. Hill said, "Protect your mind as you would protect your most valuable treasure." In the aura of success, we say, your aura is your most valuable treasure. You enter inevitable success mode. This state is real. And few people in the world achieve it. But you're entering it now. The inevitable success mode is when you don't need motivation. You don't depend on humor. You are not guided by emotion. You don't fail because of distraction. You don't waste time on what doesn't matter. You don't give up on difficult days. You don't park on easy days. You don't go back to the old ways. You don't break with your discipline. You don't go down in vibration. You will never be the same person again. You are living above your history, above your narrative, above his old identity. And when it reaches that state, there is no such thing as maybe. There is no such thing as if everything goes right. There is no such thing as I'll try. There is only inevitability. It's impossible for you not to win. It's impossible for you not to grow. It's impossible for you not to prosper. It's impossible for you not to rise. It's impossible for you to go back to what you were. Because now, success is no longer a goal. It's your identity. It's your vibe. It's their aura. You are no longer chasing success. You are becoming success in motion. The consecration. The final manifesto of your aura of success. Now we've reached the point where most people never get to. We've reached the point where everything you destroyed, everything you gave up, everything that you sacrificed, everything you've overcome, it finally transforms into something new, something unbreakable, something unforgettable, something eternal. We've reached a point where you no longer look back, because there's nothing left there for you. The past no longer belongs to you. The old version no longer belongs to you. Old patterns no longer represent you. The life you were living no longer matches who you are. Napoleon Hill said, "The reborn man looks back only to remember how much he has overcome and never to return." This is you now. A man reborn. A man who walked through fire. A man who descended into the depths of his own mind and returned stronger. A man who buried the version that he was being betrayed. A man who chose his greatness over his excuses. This is the end of your old life. And the starting point of your real life. You are no longer changing. You are consecrated. Consecration is the moment when you become what you once desired. You are sustaining what you once dreamed of. You are experiencing what once seemed distant. You embody what you previously had to imagine. You vibrate with what you were previously trying to learn. You are what you once sought to be. Now you does not follow the discipline. Discipline follows you. Now you don't try to keep the vibration going. The vibration continues through you. Now you don't fight against the old self. The old me no longer exists. Hill said, "True transformation is irreversible." And that's exactly it. You are irreversibly transformed. Your new aura is now your spiritual kingdom. The aura you carry now is not random. It's not fragile. It's not temporary. She is a kingdom, a fortress, an energetic identity, a cloak of power, an expression of its evolution, a unique vibrational signature, a magnetic field that responds to you. Your aura now expands opportunities, rejects mediocrity, attracts the right people, dissolves distractions, accelerates growth, amplifies focus, reinforces discipline, strengthens decisions. It protects its purpose. In the aura of success, we say, the elevated aura is the throne where the new you governs your life, and you're sitting in it now. You became the man who doesn't wait, the man who creates. It's no longer about waiting for the right moment. It's no longer about waiting for motivation. It's no longer about waiting for inspiration. It's no longer about waiting for energy. It's no longer about waiting for ideal conditions. It's about to create, to find courage. Create focus, create energy, create discipline. Create movement, create destiny, create a path, to create life. Hill said, "The man who creates inner movement governs outer movement." Now you are in charge. Now you're in charge. Now you're driving. Now you're in charge. There is no more submission to the old you. Now you are the architect of your own mind, the engineer of your destiny, the forger of your aura. Old man, you were buried under a mountain of discipline, and that's what makes you different. You didn't just change. You died and were reborn. You fell apart and rebuilt yourself. You burned your old version without ceremony. You dispelled every belief that was poisoning you. You cut every tie that was pulling you down. You destroyed every excuse that was weakening you. And with each destruction, you were born a little older. Hill said, rebirth happens through the repeated annihilation of the lower self. And now he is dead, and you are alive. I'm truly alive. I live in power. I live with intention. I live with purpose. The presence you carry now is non-negotiable. You walk differently, firmer, higher, more focused, quieter, more dangerous in the best sense of the word, more powerful, more confident. That's clearer. Your energy speaks before your voice. Your vibe opens doors before you even arrive. His aura announces his presence before his body even enters. People don't know how to explain it, but they know you've changed. Hill said, "An elevated man does not need to announce his greatness. It is felt, and its greatness is now felt. You are no longer competing with the world, only with yourself. The comparison is over. Envy is over. The dispute is over. The insecurity is over. The doubt is over. Because you understood something that changes everything. Your only opponent was the old version that you buried, and now that she's dead, no one can stop you. No one can reach you. No one can bring you down. No one can limit you. No one can hold you back. You are unbreakable. You're no longer asking permission to be great. You stopped waiting for someone to choose you. You stopped waiting for someone to see you. You stopped waiting for someone to validate you. You stopped waiting for someone to open the door, because now you are the door. You are the way. You are the choice. You are destiny." Hill said, "Greatness doesn't ask for permission. It asserts itself, and you took responsibility. The man you've become is incompatible with mediocrity. You can't anymore. If it decreases, to sabotage, to shrink, to hide, procrastinate, to give up, living on autopilot. Your body rejects it. Your mind rejects it. His soul rejects it. Its aura rejects it. You've been rebuilt too much to fit into what once held you captive. And that's why the old life died with the old you. Now comes the final word, the manifesto of your aura. Repeat this internally as you read. This is the energy seal of your new version. I'm not coming back. I'm not going down. I don't shrink. I don't accept what weakens me. I do not compromise my greatness. I am discipline. I am purpose. I am strength. I am focused. I am the new aura. I am the inevitable man. I am success in motion. And now, yes. You are complete. You have been reborn. You are consecrated. You are vibrating at the level of prosperity. You are living in the aura of success, and you will never be the man you once were. See you in the next video.